hey, we're on the air. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to QOTD, the Question of the Day show, the only game show that lets you be on the air. So thank you very much for coming back. Bella, Trish, and JJ, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, boy, what a week this was. There's so many really interesting questions. I'm going to explain the rules of QOTD. Before I do, I think that there was a kind of a theme to all of our questions of the day this week.
Yeah,
Trish,
that's what it was.
You're the theme meister.
Yep, it's all about X, the X Factor, the X-Men. It's really about extraterrestrial jobs, X significant others, extreme zookeeping, and quick exits.
Well, excellently done. You know, when we go through the questions, this theme is going to make perfect sense to everybody if it seems a little mysterious right now. Here's the way the question of the day works. All week long, every day, there's a new question. And we've been putting that on the air on Twitch and on YouTube and on our own site on BeOnTheAir.com. And people have been responding with their answers to these questions. And I mean, you guys have been doing a really great job. They're just awesome. In addition to recording answers, people are also voting on the ones that they think are the best. So here we are now at the big show, and we have your favorites, all the ones that you voted to be the best answers to each question throughout the week. So now what we're going to do is we're going to vote on which ones are the best of the best of the best of the best. And maybe a couple more bests in there. And then we're going to know there's going to be a single champion for this week, and that is going to be this week's QOTD champion. So, thank you very much. Anything else that we need to go over before we pop right in?
I think just if you're not on BeOnTheAir.com, voting for your favorite answers, sending stars to your favorite answers, you got to head over there. It's lit over there.
And go check out our our Instagram page. Brand new.
Follow us.
Follow us. Give us a follow. Show us some support. What?
I said that's what one does on Instagram, right? They follow us.
Good job.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, go show us some support. It's the same handle as our YouTube channel.
Nice. Okay, we ready for the first question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into it. Here it is.
Oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
No, this is a good question. Just envision this. You live and work on the Death Star. But what's your job? What's your occupation on the Death Star?
All right. Quick question, Trish. What's the Death Star?
So I've never seen Star Trek. No. Air that houses all the robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Man. So my job on the Death Star, if I was going to have one, do you remember at the beginning the Millennium Falcon comes in and there's the squad that has to come in and check it out? Maybe remember the rest of you guys. I want to be that guy. He's just hanging out in the bay waiting for a ship to come in. They only come in one a day, and then you scan it for something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to be. I want to be scanner guy.
I want to be Death Star TSA.
Oh, it looks like we got some answers coming in, so let's see what people have to say.
I feel like for some reason I'd be that guy who's right below Vader in commanding force, and I'd say something that Vader doesn't like, and then he just lifts me up into the air to where I just can't breathe, and then I die. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that would happen to me, you know? I really would get choked out by Vader.
So Trish, Vader is the villain, but he's also kind of the hero of Star Wars.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza. On Fridays, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star, I'd be chef.
I find your lack of seasoning very disturbing.
No, trash man.
Necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we've seen the trash. It's down there in the compactor room.
Yeah.
Somebody had to put it there.
Someone's got to manage the space junk.
Exactly. Someone's got to clean up after all these.
I feel like if the Death Star needed some sort of PR consultant, I could step in for that role. I know that they're in a galaxy far, far away, so I don't know what kind of social media system they have in place there. But you gotta think that their image is clearly not too good, especially from the Rebels' point of view. So if they hired me, I think I could help shape their image, turn things around for them.
I mean, they do have good uniforms.
That's true.
That's easy. I would be an accountant because we're kind of the most valuable in the Star Wars universe. You know, besides Jedi, besides everybody else who's going to keep up with all the taxes and the liens and all the financial institutions, all the financial situations on the Death Star. You know that costs money, so you're going to need an accountant. So I will be an important part to the Death Star.
So what is the currency in space?
What are those little
This is a complex question because if we're talking about the original Death Star, I probably wouldn't have a job on it because I'm a woman and a woman of color. If we're talking about the later Death Star that's like 3 times as big as the original Death Star, and I'm talking about like the Force Awakens, the Skywalker saga during that period of time, I would probably be probably just like a stormtrooper. If I'm working for them, just a stormtrooper probably just someone who like, you know, goes out and battles people and shoots people. That's it.
Yeah. Don't say that's it like it's not important. Somebody's got to go out and shoot people. Right? How do we keep this empire together?
Yeah, true.
That's all.
I would not want to be on the battlefields. No thanks.
No.
Well, speaking of battles, we now need to pick a winner, right? One of these videos is going to go to the finals, and it is up to you to put that Harrison Ford owed a bunch of money to a guy who looked like a big pile of snot. You know, there was like something. He owed like, 10,000 credits or parsecs or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Right? And that one guy was going to shoot him, but then he shot him first or second, depending upon which edit you saw. Trish,
Boy.
we're going to sit you down. We're going to make you watch all 9 episodes. Excuse me, all 11 movies, plus the Christmas special.
What if I became
Why
like
is
this
the
big
Star
mega-
Wars marathon?
Yeah.
Streamed Star Wars.
We do it.
How long
We
did
do
that take? Like 3 days?
it.
2 days?
If you're committed, you could do it in a day and a half. But we do it. It's like every Christmas at our house. Come on over.
Okay. All right.
Well,
All right, Jay, let's do it. Let's
Let's
find
hit
a question. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yes.
Let's do it.
This is an age-old question, you guys, but we wanted you really to think about it. Can you actually be friends with your ex? Yes or no? Why or why not?
That's a good one.
I am skeptical.
Yeah.
Skeptical.
I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Like, I know a couple of people that I know have dated, and they've been able to stay friends with the people they dated, but also, like, it helps if you're, like, friends before, and if the breakup is amicable. There's a lot of factors, but I definitely think it's possible.
I think you just got to be so much more mature than I am. That's the most important thing. 'Cause, like, your heart gets wrapped up in these things, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even care if you initiate it or not. There's hurt because you broke up with them for a reason.
Right.
Good point.
No. So
Yeah.
couldn't get closure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have some answers coming in, so we'll see what people have to say, their opinions on it.
But on the other hand,
I think that I could be friends with my ex if, because I think I would choose people who I could get along with, even as just a friendship. I'm also like, I also get along with people very easily, so I think I could get along with someone even if they were my ex.
I trust her. I believe her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I think it depends on the couple and the maturity of the two people involved and why you broke up. I have two like exes. I'm very good friends with one, and it works totally fine because we both respect each other's boundaries. We respect the other relationships that we are in, and we broke up pretty mutually just because we like had an understanding that our futures weren't going to align ever. We both wanted very different things from life. But he's still one of my best friends, and like I can honestly say that because we are both mature adult people who talk about things and make sure that our boundaries are clear in our friendship as well. But I also have an ex that I do not speak to because he cheated on me, and we done. I'm Sicilian American. That doesn't fly. You don't come back from that ever. So I think the answer is it depends on the two people involved and maybe why they broke up.
Yeah. Well, you like to think that you could. You really do.
Yeah.
I think that you can be friends with your ex if y'all ended the relationship on good terms. But if you ended the relationship poorly, then why would you want to be friends with your ex?
Good points. Yeah. No, it does. There's a lot of different factors to it. I'm glad that people are able to be friends with their ex, though. Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting and funny to me. My last girlfriend broke up with me 2 years ago, and she had said she fully believed that we could still be friends. And I agreed because we'd been friends for years before we even started dating. What happened after that, though, is I've never heard from her again. Not once.
I mean, it's logical, right? That you should be able to be friends.
We definitely could because we were in the past. So when you're friends with someone before and then that takes place, it makes it easier. Especially when you're like adults about it, you can easily go back to that stage you were before, especially if you guys were really close like that before. So definitely can.
Yeah.
Definitely cannot be friends with my ex. It would not work. We ended up in really bad terms, and I don't think that would be logical or reasonable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Very
People just turn into just bastards at the end of a relationship as if they're like trying to make sure that they could never get back together again.
True.
Yeah.
I know Bella's been very quiet during this one.
I don't have any bad ended anything.
Well,
I have friends with everybody.
A lot
It
of
wasn't a thing to do.
people. No, I mean, I probably dated 20 different people, before I got married.
Yeah, I think it's just so much more. Yeah, now people live together is so much more common than it used to be. So I think that you tend to stay together longer, I think.
Yeah, that would stink if you broke up after like living together with somebody and you got like a cat in common. who takes the fill of
Well, more complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know if people. Yeah, I don't know, Bella, if you've had this experience, but when I was in college, there were people who would literally room together and then have to move out in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. You would want.
That's just people are jerks. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
People are. I'm gonna be honest to the world. People are just jerks.
True.
Just stay friends.
Just stay friends or just stick with animals, which leads us into our next question.
Nice.
It is the most adorable question of the week, guys. And it was, if you were a zookeeper, which animal would you choose to be your best friend?
Wow, there's so many animals.
But are they declawed? Because that might have to be.
No,
They're just your friends, so they protect you.
Okay.
Would never hurt you.
Okay.
So you should pick a good one then, who could protect you from the ones that you're not.
Yeah.
Like no good being friends with the koala. IMHO.
I want a leopard best friend to follow me around.
Because they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They are just so beautiful. Yeah, no.
Like, imagine I just have a leopard sidekick.
Iconic. No one would mess with anyone with a leopard sidekick.
I just feel bad because like nobody's gonna pick some of the animals, right? Who's gonna pick the giant tortoise to be their best friend?
I love tortoises.
Keeper. Best friend in the zoo would be a lion, because lions are just so powerful and strong. I feel like it would be a fun idea to be best friends with a lion.
And he's like the king of the animals.
I think giraffes would probably be my best friends because I can totally relate to them. Like, I am very tall, so I just understand the tall life. And I can totally relate to being asked, like, oh my god, how's the weather up there? Like, we would just vibe, me and the giraffes.
I wonder how tall she is.
Me too. In this picture, she looks
If
like
I were a
she's
zookeeper, I'd probably be in the petting zoo area, where the best friend that I would have would be a bunny. That's right.
after like they're adorable. I had a bunny named Cookie.
They're very attention-seeking, though. Like, apparently you need to spend so much
As a
time with them.
zookeeper, all the animals would be my favorite, except for the snakes. I would avoid them at all costs. All the animals get a bit lonely, and I think they all deserve some love. But if I'm being honest, I would say I give the elephants a little bit of favoritism.
All right. Snakes, they can come over into my posse.
If I was a zookeeper, I would definitely be best friends with a chimpanzee. Let me explain why. Chimpanzees are very similar to humans. They have great senses of humor, just like me. And they enjoy being malicious and harassing guests, which is probably what I would like to do. So, for me, it would be a chimpanzee.
Well-reasoned answer, Hector.
Yes. Great minds.
Yeah.
If I was a zookeeper, which animal would be my best friend? And hopefully this zoo was more on the reptile side of things. So there'd be a crocodile in there. And that's pretty much all I spend my time in there, would be in the croc pen, just feeding him things to death roll, letting him have the best life, feeding him chickens, whatever he wants. I want to just feed him, make him become big, and then my life, that's how I want to end my life, is being death rolled by my croc. Be a perfect ending.
I think that's the most Australian thing he's probably ever said.
But he's like totally like fulfilling the stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But then it's also sort of creepy because he wants to raise this thing so it gets big so that it can end his life.
Right.
Hey, listen, if any of you guys are friends with Brendan, somebody check in on him. Like, let's make sure.
Oh, and make sure to go to
backyard. It just, I'd like to be friends with them, but then it's like a choice. I can be at that lunch table or at that lunch table, but not at both.
So you're hanging with the bullies. That's what you chose.
I guess that's.
Well, speaking of being back in school, you want to hear our next question?
Yeah, now I do.
So the big question is, if you could go back and get an advanced degree in any subject, what would it be, and what do you want to do with it?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, very good one. I mean, there are so many advanced degrees. I feel like nowadays you can literally get a degree in basically anything.
Yeah.
So it's like the world is your oyster when it comes to this.
Yeah. I mean, so given that,
Yeah.
so behavioral studies, like I get my doctorate in that maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cinematography.
Yeah, I always tell my friend, like, if I could, we always talk about this, I would just continue to go to school and I would just get every single major degree there is.
I think that in the world that you guys are going to grow up in, that's going to be the norm. That, like, you're going to work and all that, but while you're working, you should also be schooling for the rest of your life. It's what makes things.
That's
true.
Oh, I'd like to get some answers come in, so let's see what other.
If I could have an advanced degree in anything, it would probably be the doctorate of musical arts or a master's in music production. And I would want to create albums, help people get the sounds they want for their albums, and be a music producer.
Yeah. It is master.
If I could, I would be an accountant because I'm into freelance work and accountants can make pretty good money as a freelancing accountant. So,
yeah, even if you're not on the Death Star.
Right. Nice.
But, if you are the Death Star.
If I could have an advanced degree right now, I would probably want something in like animation or something that has to do with arts. I love creating stuff. I love art, and I love to be creative. So I would like to create like my own TV show or movie. That would be something that I would aspire to.
Wow.
We're getting quite an assortment here, right?
Yeah, truly.
Guess the world is our oyster. You can do anything.
Yes. Now, I love the creative majors because then it's like you can take your craft to the next level.
So my advanced degree would be a doctorate in divinity, and I would be traveling the world speaking about evangelism and church growth because that's where my heart is, really getting to know people, other cultures, and bringing them to the understanding of who Christ really is. And so, yeah, that's what I'd be doing.
Not about the money, about the passion. Follow your passion.
And you're unlikely.
So mine would definitely be in accounting or something like that because that's where the money is, and I mean it's a pretty cool job when you get around to it,
It's not.
It's boring.
There's nothing cool about it except for the fact.
If I could have an advanced degree in anything, I would choose to have a degree in digital marketing and social media management. I'm not sure that social media management is a degree, but I want to be really, really good at it so that I could use that degree to manage social media for healthcare practices.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
It's a career path.
Social media marketing for healthcare practices. Well, we have this like incredible assortment of the practical and the creative.
Yeah.
Going into music, Angel wants to go in accounting, Rihanna wants to do animation, Andre's thinking Doctor of Divinity, Brendan also wants to go into accounting because it's so much fun, and Hagen's social media.
And speaking of DreamWorks, going right into our next question, you guys. So the next one that we wanted to know is, if you ever had a dream while you were sleeping that later came true, we wanted to hear about it. And I gotta tell you guys, I had the weirdest, scariest experience of my life when I was in college. I had this idiot boyfriend that drove a Katana, I think that's what it's called, little motorcycle, whatever. And I had a dream that he got into a wreck and that he was really hurt. But when I woke up, he hadn't been. Everything was fine. But a day later, my mom called and said my cousin in Phoenix, 3,000 miles away, had been in a motorcycle accident and was paralyzed, and his name is Jason, which is also my boyfriend's name. And
That's crazy. I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So that wasn't a really a story, but it was a true story.
That's incredible. Have you had other dreams that have come true? Because maybe you didn't tell it.
No, I wish, but no.
Because I keep having dreams lottery numbers.
Did you ever have a dream while sleeping that later came true? I don't think big ones that I can remember, but I have had those small instances of deja vu where it's I'll touch a wall or something or be doing some really specific behavior, and then later, whether it's that week, that day, or a couple months after, I'll find myself doing that exact thing in that place that I hadn't been to. So in a small way, I guess it's come true, but in large part, no.
Deja vu is trippy.
I heard a theory that deja vu.
Yo, I have dreams like that all the time, and I'm starting to think I'm psychic. I've not starting to think. I've thought this for a while, but I really believe that I'm psychic because I will have those dreams, and it may not happen that same day or even that same week, but give it 2 or 3 months from that point, from that dream, and it'll happen, and I'll remember it, and I'm like, whoa, I dreamed this entire scenario. I know. So I kind of knew that this would happen, and it's weird. It's kind of like a weird deja vu, and I think that's where deja vu comes from. It's because we have those dreams that are so real, so vivid, that once you have those dreams, and once you go throughout life, and you actually see your dreams come true, it's like, man, I've lived this. I know I did this before. And so, yeah, they can definitely come true.
Lottery tickets, horse racing, stock market.
Yeah.
Well, most of my life I've had very vivid and terrifying dreams sometimes. So I'm kind of glad that none of them have come true because they literally have sometimes felt like a trip down the rabbit hole. It's been a little weird. I'm glad none of them have come true because a lot of them I would need therapy for. If they came true, because dreaming them was enough. However, I did and still do have recurring dreams that my dog dies or runs away or gets stolen because she's my best friend, and no, that isn't bad. However, one time I did have one that was so vivid that I woke up crying, and that wasn't fun. And then my dog, in real life, ran out of our front door and tried to get back across the street and almost got hit by a car. Almost didn't. And now I am terrified because that's the closest to one of them ever coming true.
Still, that's like.
Other than that, I don't think the one about my mom becoming a green witch has come true yet.
I think she needs to get a bit of her anxiety under check.
I'm worried for her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's too much. That's too close. That's too much.
Yeah.
The other night, I had a dream where I reached into my pocket and I pulled out a $20 bill. And then the next day I woke up and I was so mesmerized by that dream of just pulling out money I didn't know I had, that I ransacked my bedroom looking for stray cash that I had just left over the years. And like after a certain amount of like looking, you do find stray cash. And I found that, and I knew that my dream had told me where to look. And then I was $80 richer.
Whoa.
It should have been better.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a dream while sleeping that later came true? Honestly, I don't really have recollection of that, like having a dream and then later on it coming true. What I do know is that I have had dreams that I have wanted to come true and have worked for them to come true. For example, it's been one of my biggest dreams to go to Japan, and gratefully I've been blessed to say that I have been dream come true.
We were talking about this one, and now I stand by my original thought is that this wasn't a dream. This was an activity. All right. No.
Yep.
No. Well, no is an answer. Not as interesting as yes in this case.
What is our favorite answer?
So I dreamed that somebody that, I don't know. I was going to say I dreamed the winner, but I actually didn't. I don't know who's going to win. Guys, click this blue button. Let's send somebody to the finals. Somebody who's like dreamed, like really like made shivers go down your spine.
Yeah.
Thanks me.
They heard you say no. They heard you say bad things, and they were like, "I'm gonna vote for Kaylee out of spite."
Yep,
exactly.
Uninteresting, he said. No.
opinion.
Well, guess what? We've got one more left for the week, guys. And then we got to go.
No clever pun, Trish?
Well, then we got to go. So this is about a to-go bag. If you needed to leave your home in seconds,
Wow.
what 3 items are you going to grab, throw in a bag, run out the door with?
It actually happened to me a couple of times when I was a kid. So I grew up in the hills of Los Angeles, and there were a lot of brush fires. And people would come in and say, gotta go grab something. It wasn't necessarily 3 things, but I'd like grab, you had to grab some clothes,
right?
Grab a toothbrush, you had to grab some pet food because we have pets. And then I'd grab my guitar.
Always the guitar.
One possession, the one thing that I didn't want to live without is that guitar that I had been carrying around. And that was when I was a little kid. And I have the same guitar now. I've been carrying that from disaster to disaster.
Wow. It's like a good luck charm.
Yeah. Still haven't one. I haven't dreamt it yet. Maybe tonight.
No.
But this is a great question.
I'm being evacuated. I would definitely grab my phone, my laptop, and as many clothes as I can.
Very practical considerations.
Yeah.
3 things that I would take in case of a fire. One would certainly be my guitar. I've written most of my songs on that one guitar. Then my phone for photos and memories. And last but not least, my first ever signed hockey jersey.
See,
very cool.
He's very romantic.
My 3 items would be my laptop, my phone, and my wallet.
Practical.
You need all of them? Why don't you just take the laptop? Or just take your phone?
True. Phones have Apple Wallets.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Then you get 2 other slots. You get 2 more.
First, I would grab the emergency kit that's in the garage. Of course, you need that. Whatever's in it, keep it going. Then I would make sure that I have my phone and charger. And I'm going to couple those together because, look, you can't do one without the other. And then lastly, my PS4. Yes, I need that.
The necessities of life.
I love it.
Oh,
yeah, it's expensive.
In what would, God forbid, be the worst situation ever, if I were to be immediately evacuated from my home, I would grab 3 things. They would be my phone, my laptop, and my animals.
Well, yeah.
Plural animals, though. Does that?
Yeah.
What are you going to feed your
I
animal?
would definitely grab my phone, my laptop, and the chain my grandma left to me before she died. Yeah.
Another sentimental one.
I think he's still got one more shot. Just leave the laptop, and then you get something else. You can grab, a plant. Let's just say. Sure. Well, it is time to vote. If you are watching us on, say, Twitch or on YouTube, you might want to pop over to BeOnTheAir.com just for a second, so you can click one of those blue buttons and send one of these folks to the finals. I would love to have buttons on YouTube. I'm gonna grab this tennis racket that I once used that I thought was cool. I found this cool colored paper. That
I have an emotional connection to this rock.
I bundle of rocks that I somehow and I've got little totems all around the house, stuff that I can't get rid of. This cup, right?
Oh,
yeah. Why? This hat?
Yeah.
Need glasses. The glasses. I'm attached.
Yeah. Well, I think the choices that people are going to have to make are about to get a lot harder because it's time for the winners.
Fireworks.
Yay!
Fireworks means it's the finals. So, you guys have picked one answer for each question that is the best answer for that question. And now we're going to listen to all those answers, all 6, and we will pick the best of the best of the best, the Tom Cruise of the whole Top Gun squadron, the best of the best of the best. So very quickly, what we're going to do is listen to them all. We can do a quick recap just so you remember where we are, so that when you vote, it can be as a fully informed citizen of QOTD land. So let's hear it.
Yes, let's get into it.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza. On Fridays, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
So thanks. So Ill Options is answering the question, what would be your job on the Death Star?
So this is kind of interesting and funny to me. My last girlfriend broke up with me 2 years ago, and she had said she fully believed that we could still be friends. And I agreed, because we'd been friends for years before we even started dating. What happened after that, though, is I've never heard from her again. Not once.
So Greg is answering the question, could you be friends with your ex? And he gave a resounding no.
If I were a zookeeper, I'd probably be in the petting zoo area, where the best friend I would have would be a bunny. Right.
Andrew's answering the question, if you were a zookeeper, who would be your best friend in the zoo? And he said the bunny, Mr. Conejo.
If I could have an advanced degree right now, I would probably want something in like animation or something that has to do with arts. I love creating stuff. I love art, and I love to be creative. So I would like to create like my own TV show or movie. That would be something that I would aspire.
So Rihanna's telling us about if she could have any advanced degree, what would it be? And she says animation. She would follow her. So Kaylee is answering the question, have you ever had a dream that came true? And she's saying,
my 3 items would be my laptop, my phone, and my wallet.
So if Kool-Aid had to leave his home in a moment, what are the 3 objects he would take? And he came up with 3 practical answers that you voted as the best. So these are the best answers to each of our questions. It's time to vote. Mash those blue buttons on your screen, and we're going to pick the best of the best of the best. Our weekly champion from QOTD, the Question of the Day show, the only game show that puts you on the air.
This is it, the big one.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be?
Yeah. And if you're confused because there's no blue buttons on your screen, it's probably because you're watching us on Instagram or YouTube or Twitch or something like that, where they don't have, like, some Sith Lord comes in there and like you burned his toast or something like that. You're toast. You really
Literally.
are. Maybe chef. I mean, clearly better than I am.
He's convinced they'll love him. He's very confident in his position.
I wouldn't last 1 parsec. Well, that was an exciting show, and it was really like the culmination of an excellent week to go with Trish's theme. But so now we're at the end of the week, and we're going to start next week. That means 6 new questions, hundreds of new answers, and the opportunity to vote and to play the guess and bid game and share this with your friends and just kind of see like who are we, right? Because these questions are mostly about sharing a little bit about yourself with the community at large. So check it out. So every day there's going to be a new question starting tonight. So does anybody know like what tonight's is? Can we get a little cheat? Can we know what's going to happen next?
Yes. So I will give a little hint. Well, not a hint, the whole question. Tomorrow's question is, if you could live in any fictional universe, which universe would you live in?
Ooh, I think this might have been one of mine.
This is a good one. Congratulations. This is a good time this is like a golden age of imagined worlds as far as I'm concerned, because not only, it's not just about books. You can actually go and visit it and see it. Though, through the magic of television. Though maybe that makes it worse. I don't know.
Has anybody been watching The Last of Us?
No, not that. I'm still watching Extraordinary Attorney Woo. But I'll be done tomorrow. Do you like it?
You should watch The Last of Us. It's really good. And I was never a fan. I didn't play the video game, but I heard that it's like a video game. It's like you're watching a narrative video game. It's amazing.
So it'll make people, and people love this show, but it may be the first video game adaptation that didn't totally suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do, I feel.
Well, that's very exciting. Well, I'm looking forward to answering this question. I'm looking forward most to seeing all of you on TV. So, on behalf of Consolidated Wonder and BeOnTheAir.com, thank you very much for joining us, and we will look forward to seeing you on the air.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.